Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibottomus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Hot Toys MMS 302 of Quicksilver from the Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, much like his twin sister Scarlet Witch, I honestly do not recall a single time in the Avengers movie where he was referred to as Quicksilver. He was always just Pietro. But nonetheless, this is supposed to be the character of Quicksilver. And for the package, you got a really nice image here of the actor himself, Aaron Tyler Johnson. And you can definitely tell that it's an image of the actor because his hair is very messed, and that's not how the figure looks at all. But you got this really cool green kind of image on it. I don't necessarily know why they went with green. I mean, there were times in the comic where Quicksilver was wearing a green outfit, but most of the time it was blue, much like what the actual character does. Then you come around here to the side and you got a little lightning bolt, which definitely doesn't seem like Quicksilver, but more like a certain DC superhero. You come around to the back and you got the various warnings and things of that nature. And then like all these other Avenger figures, it is a bit of a slipcover, and then you open it up and you got obviously the cast and crew responsible for making the figure. You come around here to the front of the package, and this is, I mean this without any pun whatsoever, but this might be the quickest Hot Toy review I ever do, just because this guy doesn't come with a lot of stuff. When you open it up and look at it, you got the nice window package with the clamshell that has the figure and his accessories, I suppose. Like I said, it's probably going to be the quickest Hot Toy review that I've ever done. So without further ado, let's get this guy out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Quicksilver open up and out of his packaging. And as always, he does come with his instructions, which I do recommend going through, but it's kind of pointless to really go through it because there is literally hardly anything on here. It shows you how to tilt the head and what to do to avoid any kind of, paint fading and stuff. That's very standard. Almost every single Hot Toy has that, so it's not something that if you collect Hot Toys you're unfamiliar with. And it also shows that the outfit is non-removable. And it says, don't try to take it off, otherwise it will be damaged. And that's it. Now, you do get the obligatory extra wrist pegs. They are in the flesh color, so obviously it matches with his skin tone. And then in addition to the two kind of relaxed hands, he does come with a couple extra. You can see that he's got a right and left kind of gripping hand. I don't actually know what well, it's not even gripping, it's kind of like a claw hand or something like that. I don't know what you would do with this. I mean, I'm sure it comes in handy in case you want to be dynamic with your posing. Now, you can see that the right hand has some extra kind of glove effects on there. Really very cool though. I really like the detail. Real nice stitching on there with a real nice paint detail on there as well. So you do get those. You do get a both right and left fisted hand. Again, you got that same design with the extra glove segment on here, where this kind of looks like it's a mesh of sorts. I don't know exactly what that would be used for, but you do get those. And then you do get a right and left. I'm running fast, so I'm putting my hands in a straight kind of look, kind of pose. So you do have those, and again, the right and left one are similar to the other ones with the way that the gloves actually are. And then, obviously, as you can see, he comes with the display stand with the Quicksilver color logo for the Avengers A, and then you got Quicksilver on the front. And there's the figure. And that's it. We're done. That's the end of the review. That's all that you get. That's everything. Now, I kind of did it this way where it actually made it look like he's running. That's actually kind of cool. The regular stand is what you have, though, with the adjustable cradle and stuff. So you do have that. But this is it for the figure. I mean, it is a really great likeness on here. I mean, the sculpting on the portrait is phenomenal, and I'll zoom in to take a closer look at that. But this really is everything. And coming in to take a look at that likeness, that absolutely is Aaron Tyler Johnson. I mean, that is quite impressive. I really like what they did with it. I love how they got the little stubble there for his beard and his goatee. I mean, everything on that looks great. As you can see, the hair is actually sculpted and it looks really good. I like how you got the extra strands right here in the front that kind of separated from the rest of the hair, but still utilizing that, hard plastic sculpt. They made it in a way where it kind of looks like it's actual real hair, which I think they did a great job with. Real cool eye color in there. Just everything on that just really nicely captures that overall look for the actual actor. I mean, that's really quite stunning, and that's probably the most impressive part about this entire figure. You don't really get anything, like I said, so you really gotta just kind of take what you get, and the best thing on him is this face sculpt. I mean, it's really very nice. As you can see, outfit wise, this is what he was wearing towards the end, and it actually looks really cool. It really does kind of give that, you know, more comic book look for Quicksilver, which I do dig. I mean, you got the blue, you got the lightning on there. I mean, it is kind of neat. But real nice detail on the actual suit itself. It's fairly solid. It's not very flexible or anything. Like, initially, I thought it was going to be a very elastic kind of material, but it's not. But it still has a real nice texture on there. It looks really very good. You come around to the back, you can see some more of those design elements in there, and then you come to the pants, and they kind of just, I mean, they got pockets on here. They kind of just remind me of jeans. I mean, pretty, you know, fancy and sporty looking jeans, but still jeans nonetheless. I mean, you can see down here, I mean, he's actually got pockets, so if you wanted to, you can, you know, like, hey guys, what's happening? I mean, you could do something like that, which actually that doesn't look all that bad. So he does have pockets right there, but the rest has just a real nice kind of texture on here and a design that is accurately recreated from the film. He does have his tennis shoes that he wore. They are not Adidas, although they do look like them. They're not actually the Adidas shoes that he wore. I kind of was always weirded out by the color on here. I mean, you got the green. Maybe that's where they got the green from the package from. But I kind of wish that instead of the green, they just used the blue, because the whole color gets a little bit weird when you go down there, and it doesn't really match with the rest of them. Now, one thing that I really like on this that I've noticed some Hot Toy figures have been doing recently is that with the actual sleeves and such, and I'm going to swap these out, you take this, you pop it out, and you can see that the sleeve is actually coming down over the main ball section of the wrist peg. You just have the little tiny section that comes out, which looks really good, because when you put it in there like so, it actually makes it look like it's all one piece. So it really kind of looks like his sleeve comes down and actually becomes part of the actual hand, which is really very nice. And I'm going to do that on this side as well. Just pull that out, and then you pop this back in there, get that in there nice and tight, and again, you get a real nice, almost seamless look. I mean, you can still see a seam right there, but in general, it looks pretty cool. Now, obviously, these hands are more for a running pose, but that's what I'm going to go with for making him look like he's running. Now, for his articulation, the head here is on a ball joint, so you get a nice range of motion there. Looks left and right, up, down. Does the neck? I don't really feel like the neck has a joint in it. It's not getting flex on it, so I think it's limited there. It does feel like it's just one piece. One thing that I am kind of noticing, though, is like the torso is a little bit different of a color. When you look at it, it kind of looks like the face is a little bit darker than the neck is. I wish that they actually did a better job matching the skin tone there. You can really see it here from the side. Kind of stands out. The wrists do have the armpit joint. You can move it forward and back. They can move in and out. They can rotate up and back. You do have to rotate the sleeves around to get a kind of more fluid sort of look to it. He does have two joints here at the elbow. He does also rotate at the upper part of the bicep. The wrists do move forward and back, and they also rotate as well. When you do rotate, you do want to be careful, because as you can see, it actually pulls on the sleeve, so you don't want to damage that or anything. So just be careful as you're doing it. Let's see, does he have I don't think he doesn't have an upper ab crunch, but he does have, oh, maybe he does it, maybe it's a little bit lower than I kind of expected, but there is a twist right here, and then there's another twist at the bottom, and that's actually a little bit more ratchety right there, which is pretty nice. Hips move forward, they move back, but again, when you move them forward, the pants actually do kind of restrict the motion. It is a very stiff kind of material there, so you're not getting a heck of a lot of range of motion. I mean, it goes up and it kind of stays there, so it's not too bad. Moves outward, just like so, rotates at the upper part of the thigh. He's got two joints here at the knee, and then the ankles are really impressive. They like put two ball joints in here, so you can move this in a wide range. I mean, look how far you're able to move. Is that actually coming out? I can't even tell if that's actually coming out. No, that's still in there. So you've got one joint that you can bend it all the way like that, or bend it all the way like that. So you can get a really cool, kind of run look going for him. And I'm not very good with posing. You saw it in the beginning. That's probably the best that I'm going to get for posing ability. But that's it. That's all you get with him. I really do like the figure. Now, for a comparison, I'm just going to do this just because here he is. And here's his sister, the Scarlet Witch. Size-wise, though, you can see they're both on their stands, but she is a much shorter character, which works perfectly fine. That's the way that she actually should be, so I should dig this, and I think this looks really cool together. Now, the biggest thing is a lot of people are going to say, is he really necessary? I mean, I think we're out of the realm of spoilers and things like that to tell you that he dies in Age of Ultron, and he was always going to die, despite the fact that I really felt that they hyped up the whole cradle of life thing, that could regenerate tissue and everything. I thought that they'd be able to use that somehow to bring him back to life, and then even when he did die, it didn't really seem all that, profound. Hawkeye just kind of like laid there because he was tired. He wasn't upset that he died or anything. I mean, it was really strange. Now, some people, have speculated that he wasn't going to die, that they, killed him off kind of at the last second, that there was actual footage of him surviving, and that's all kind of true, actually. They did shoot extra scenes where he did survive, just as a way to throw people off in case they got any spoilers, which I think is a great idea. It definitely keeps, the real story kind of under wraps. So the question is, should he get this when, as far as we know, he's done with? He was a one-shot character, and, that's about it. It's so very hard. I mean, I like having him to go along with his sister as a Age of Ultron display piece. Now, price-wise, he's very cheap. He's the $210 price. And that price is reflected in the fact that he doesn't really come with anything. I do kind of wish that they gave some kind of effects that could clip to him to kind of make those little blur lines that came out from him. I mean, that would actually be kind of cool if they did something like that. So I do wish that there were some other accessories to come with them, but really, what could you do? So, all that being said, the fact that you don't get much with them, the fact that the character died off, this is definitely a tough sell. I think if you're a fan of Age of Ultron and want to get all the characters from the film, you're gonna want this. But I think in the grand scheme of things, he's definitely a character that I could see a lot of people just passing on. Now, all that being said, it's entirely possible that they do bring him back somehow. I mean, Wanda has been known to have that kind of magical ability, so anything is possible in a comic book movie. So I wouldn't necessarily write him off just yet, but like I said, definitely can imagine a lot of collectors not really caring about this guy much. I think that the figure turned out great. The outfit looks spot on. The only thing that's really lacking is the Adidas logos on the shoes, but I can understand that. And the sculpt on the guy is really amazing. Like I said, I think they nailed it, which is kind of funny because, like I said, this is a character that's kind of meh for a lot of people. Yet this is probably one of their better face sculpts. But ultimately, I'm happy with him, and I'm glad that I have him in my collection. So if you'd be interested in adding the guy to your collection as well, he is available at Sideshow Collectibles. So all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description. You go to Sideshow where you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the Hot Toy Age of Ultron figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe in case you haven't already subscribbled. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.